Thailand has joined a growing list of countries that have been hit with the Omicron variant. The arrival of 3 infections in Bangkok adds even more urgency to their genome sequencing efforts, a complicated and expensive procedure that reveals the virus's genetic code. Dusita Saukau reports.
When word of a possible Omicron case reached Dr. Thirawat Hemachutta, he knew that his team would have to work quickly. After all, it's their speed and expertise that enabled them to detect a case of the novel coronavirus even before the genetic data was shared around the world. That single genome they found in January 2020 alerted the country to the danger of this new virus that would soon sweep the globe. Almost 2 years on, the team is once again working around the clock to find samples that look like no other.
If we see it, we will know right away. At once we sequence the sample to get the whole genome, we can compare it to the database to make sure.
Thousands of samples go through this lab every day. Some go through a days-long process, which essentially translates the virus's genes into a language they understand. Their surveillance system is in a far stronger position than before. New diagnostic methods have already been developed. They were ready for mutations. Most RT-PCR tests detect only 2 to 3 genes. They knew they needed a test that would detect more genes, more variants.
The 4-gene test was designed by our lab to detect variants extremely accurately. The usual 3-gene test may reveal some discrepancies that will cause us to study the abnormalities. But our 4-gene test resolves everything and provides reliable results.
What goes on inside these labs is vital to our understanding of this virus and its mutations, but it's just one piece of the puzzle. Omicron's true threat will be revealed by not only what it does inside these laboratories, but also by what it does outside these labs. And as we wait for more data, more and more people are on edge, anxious to see how the government will respond.
The third wave of COVID-19 in Thailand was nothing short of an unprecedented crisis for the country's public health system, just as it was for its already flailing economy. The country locked down. 8 months on, restrictions have only just begun to ease. Borders reopened. People left their trenches and began to celebrate what felt like the end of a war. But now comes a new enemy.
The new variant worries us a lot. The nightmare of hospitals struggling to cope only a couple of months ago is now flashing back. We are terrified that if we don't prepare, we'll have to face those nightmares again.
And in a world fatigued by waves of COVID-19, scientists are more alert than ever because they know how bad it can get and how much destruction one virus can cause. Dusita Saukau, CGTN, Bangkok, Thailand.